Hello there, YouTubers and everyone out there. This is your old friend Commodore Irvin, and today I've got a very exciting video for you guys. And this is a video I've been wanting to do for a little while, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So, I wanted to do this for my good friend Jacob Lee Parks. Hey, buddy. Also known as Jacob Western 11. Jacob Western 11 on DeviantArt and YouTube. This video is going to be for you and for everyone out there that are nuts like me. He is a fellow fanatic for the ocean liner SS United States, and buddy, I'm going to show you my entire SS United States collection. So let's go ahead and try to get started. I'll try to do it all in one video, but if I can't, I'll possibly have to do two. So let's begin. Alright, the first item here, if I can grab it, if I could set it down without crushing something. This is a travel agent's portrait of the United States, probably from the early 1950s, and it's got the early portrait of the ship when some of the details were finalized, including the main mast that never was included. This painting was done by W.J. Arnold, and what's really cool about this one, because most of these they have a placard. This is always missing from most of them. And it says SS United States, fastest ship in the world, United States Lines. And it's actually quite a big picture. I mean, you can see this thing's huge. Let me set down here and I can get a better scope of it. You can see how big this picture is. It's fucking huge. Alright. And I got some boxes here. We'll go through them here in a moment. The next thing I want to show you is this lantern. This is actually a lifeboat lantern. It came out of one of the ship's lifeboats. And this was given to me by a gentleman up near, actually down south. He bought this from an ocean liner auction years and years and years ago. And, well, he didn't have no use for it, and he knew I collected stuff from the United States, and so he gave it to me. It's pretty cool. I like it. And this thing here is a heavy motherfucker. This is a gate valve, and this came from the aft engine room of the United States. You can see it's made by Walworth, and it says number 138 WS. And I'll tell you right now, this thing is huge. Big thing. I paid about $35–40 for this thing, but I bought it from a reputable ocean liner dealer out in California, so pretty cool. On here I got a stack of books about the SS United States. This one here is SS United States, Story of America's Greatest Ocean Liner by William H. Miller, with a foreword by Margaret Truman. This is the back of the book. This book was published in 1991, the same year I was born, so this book is as old as I am. It's 27 years old. Set that off to the side. This next book here is A Man and His Ship by Stephen Yuji Fusa, and it's about America's greatest naval architect and his quest to build the SS United States. Basically, it's talking about William Francis Gibbs and his dream of building the Big U. And there's some pretty good pictures in here and stuff. Pretty nice pictures. Especially a really good one here of Gibbs with his brother Frederick Herbert. You know, he was known as Willie and he was known as Freddie. So, this is definitely a good book. You should definitely read it if you get a chance to. Here's another William H. Miller book, SS United States, Speed Queen of the Seas. And this is basically kind of like a picture history of the ship. And it's a really pretty book. Got a lot of good pictures in it, see? A lot of really wonderful photographs of her in there. I actually used this book a lot in conjunction with doing models of the ship I built, including the big one down there on the floor. This was one of my main books for information, and this one too. picture history of the SS United States by William H. Miller. But see, he says William H. Miller Jr. So there's the back. Just like the other one, this is basically kind of like a picture history book. All the photos are in black and white versus color. It's a very nice book to look at too. And this is an original first edition of The Big Ship, the story of the SS United States by Franco Brannard. This is a very good book. They actually made a modern copy of this now, which is actually a third of the size. So it's about big. But this is the original first edition published by the Mariners Museum in Newport News. And I believe this book was published in 1980, I believe. Let me look here, I can tell you. No, 1989, 1881. And it's number 40. Because they made like 1,500 of them. This is book number 40. See, number 40. So that's pretty cool. It does have some pictures in it. It's got like a few pictures of the ship in here, you know. Not bad. Pretty nice stuff. You know, it's a very good book. Pretty big book. Very nice book. Let's see if I can keep from falling. And finally, this one here, SS United States by John Maxtone Graham. This is the last book John Maxtone Graham wrote before he died, so this was the final book he published. I was really happy that he did finally write a book about the big ship before his sad passing. You know, there will never be another man quite like Mr. Maxtone Graham, because he wrote some amazing books. And right there's the gentleman right there. There is not quite anybody like him that can write a pretty good book about the history on a ship, and I was really happy this book did finally get published before the fact. So, yeah, it was sad. And over here, I have 3 of my model ships. The first one, this is a Revell model of the United States. And that particular model is a vintage model, a vintage Revell. Because, see, I have the box right here to prove it. And I can show you the inside of the box here real quick. See, I've got the little stand-in stanchions in the original instruction sheet. I kept all that together. See, this is the original box. You can tell it's an old box. That's like original 1950s. And this is the model. Yes, I built it. So, yes, I detailed it. Like I said, anything to do with the United States, it should be done correctly. So, yeah. And if you ever want to get a model of the United States, get this one. This is a very good model of the ship. And it's not that hard to build or paint. Now, the next model I'm going to show you, this is a pain in the ass to build. This was made by JSC International out of Poland, and it's a card kit model, so it's all made of like paper. So yeah, look up underneath it, see, it's all card, you see there. So yeah, it's all card. And this took me it took me well over a month to build that. So, yeah, it took me well over a month to build it. And this one here, this is one made by Glencoe in the 90s, and it's based from the original dies and molds that made the original model for the Idea Toy Corporation, also in the 1950s. And this one's a pretty good size model. This is a 1/400 scale model of the famous liner. It's not too bad. It's not too bad model. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you try to buy one of these, get ready to spend a pretty penny on them, because these model kits, they fetch about between $75 to about $200 for this kit. So I was pretty lucky when I got mine, because I got mine as a birthday present in 2015, I believe, when I got it. So beforehand, let me move a few things. In this model here, this is just another model of that one. This is the modern issue of it. See? This is just the modern version of it. This is from 2016. And so, see, there's the back of the box. And there's actually, they got a lot of stuff on. They got a lot of details wrong, so I'm going to be doing a how-to video on how to properly paint and build this model. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. And then here's the model box for the Glencoe model, and I have the rest of my collection inside this box. See, it's a humongous box. And so yeah, pretty big box. I'm going to cut the video short here. In part 2, I'm going to open the box, and I'm going to show all you guys, including you, Jacob, all the actual items I have directly from the ship or of the ship. So stay tuned for that. Peace out.